Welcome back to episode 2. Today's episode, why are you hard stuck with ACOC? Did that wrap that up, Lacey, huh?
Yeah, you put a bow on that shit and everything.
All right, updates. We're going to keep you guys updated on the journey, on the climb of what me and Above are doing right now.
We're both down in the depths right now.
Right now it's down in the depths, down in the trenches. It's a lot of losing for both of us, actually.
It's we don't want to talk about it, all right? That's it's not our fault. Obviously, It's all our teammates every time. It's not my fault. I don't care if I'm bottom fragging. It's not my fault. I got mine.
Wait a minute. Recover is what he would have said
if I was a hard stuck fucking player.
Okay, calm down. No, but update. TLDR basically. Above's hard. Actually, yeah, we are hard stuck. So maybe we should watch this video back.
Dude, maybe we should just watch this video to ourselves.
I'm stuck in Diamond 3 right now.
I'm stuck in Gold
not the
3.
actual Diamond 3, the High Immortal Diamond 3. But yeah, I've just been losing. A lot more losing than winning.
I have all these diamonds in my Gold 3 games. So
yeah, man. But yeah, so today's first topic of the day. This one's the most important. This is probably the takeaway from the video.
This is what you should watch.
Yeah. Putting your focus into the wrong things. Motherfucker, don't interrupt. Putting your focus into the wrong things. Let's explain this here, okay? So what could that mean? You know what I mean? What could that mean to the viewers? Or to just anybody?
Okay, so you know how when you go in, okay, so for example, if I'm going to go and I'm going to say I'm going to do all my homework, right? For fucking like, let's say I'm in middle school or some shit, and I said I'm going to go do all my fucking 7th grade earth science homework, okay? And then instead of doing that, I go and I browse YouTube for 45 minutes instead of doing my homework. That's a very boiled down version, but that's putting your focus into the wrong things, right? Because you're not focusing on what you're supposed to be doing. You're focusing on fucking YouTube. You're focusing on, oh hey, this video is really cool. Oh hey, what did this Sinatra say that's completely out of pocket, you know? Or what did this?
What did you going with? No, I'm just kidding. Basically, when you're putting your focus, yeah, it's definitely an example of a very varied. It's hard to understand if you're lacking focus and certain things, but it's definitely a replication of your rank. You got to think about it like that. It's like if I look at my rank and I've lost, and you got to take them from a sum of 20 games because it's not going to be over the span of 3 or 5 games where you're hard stuck. It's if you're stuck in a game a rank for 20 plus games, you could assume you're hard stuck, right? And when you're hard stuck, you have to be very articulate with what you focus on. You have to be putting your focus on a very like few strict amount of things, because if you let your attention be brought by other things, it's gonna cause you're never gonna change. You're never gonna rank up. You're gonna stay in the same spot where you're at. And perfect examples of the community that are probably perfect examples for the community that are probably average that everybody has is putting your focus on your teammates instead of your own gameplay, right? So you being always mad at your teammates and not focusing on being. Maybe you could be mad at yourself, but I wouldn't even call it that. I'd be more just not putting your focus on your teammates and not yourself, pretty much.
It doesn't even have to be like that. You could also be like not focusing on what you're supposed to be focusing on. So like let's say you are someone who wants to get better at the game, right? And let's say you think that your aim is bad, right? And so all you do instead of VOD reviewing, you aim train for like 3 hours a day, right? And then hop into your matches. You play 100 DMs because that's what fucking this guy on TikTok told you to do, right? Maybe you're using a certain method in your DMs. That's cool. That's great. That's all fucking good for you, you know? But unfortunately, if you're not focusing on every aspect of your gameplay along with your aim, then all that's going to happen is your aim's going to go up and everything else is going to go down. So you'll stay in that rank. You'll stay in that skill level because you're not focusing on everything, which is very difficult. And obviously that's not like 100% accurate because you're supposed to focus on one thing to improve with your learning objective. But I'm talking about as a whole. Like if you spend 3 weeks on your aim, then obviously your aim's going to get better. You know what I'm saying? But like that doesn't mean everything's going to get better.
It's like the 99.1% rule, or the 99.21% rule. You're gonna stay in your rank if you're not doing 99% of what everybody else is doing. Or no, is it the other way around? I
No,
think it's the other way around.
what you're saying is like if you want to be a part of the 1%, you have to do what the other 99 or not, right?
Right. So, I mean, that could be distributed.
I guess you
in the
could.
ranks.
Yeah, yeah.
It's not that 1% in a whole. It's 1% within diamond and
Right, right.
platinum, or platinum and gold, or gold
Like
and
the one,
silver.
it's like the, I think, what percent do you think climb out of their rank? Like, what is it, like 15, 20% climb out of that rank?
No, the ranks would have changed. I think it's a very select few people who actually climb out of their rank.
What do you
Because when
think
you're hard stuck,
the,
there's
what do you
so
think the
many things
percentage
that you're
is?
doing wrong. I don't know. I can't really say a rough percentage because it's just like
So many people
you
are
really
hard
don't
stuck.
see
It's
it.
such a big issue, which
Yeah,
you didn't,
everybody gets hard stuck
I
in
wouldn't really
different
think
ranks.
about that. And what's really weird is like, so a lot of people will, some people, maybe, okay, so maybe some people are hard stuck in bronze or silver, right? But as soon as they get to gold, they'll climb fucking to plat, right? Pretty easily. That's because sometimes you are focusing on the right things at certain points in your gameplay, right?
True.
Because like I feel like, well, for me, I got out of plat like extremely quickly, like way too fast for what I thought was possible when
And some
I had
people are
previously been hard stuck. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And some people
Stuck in
spend their
gold.
whole time in plat, and they're like, diamond is my dream rank because I've been stuck in plat so long.
Right. But that's like, honestly, like that's expectation. That goes into our next topic, expectation versus reality. That's like expecting. Well, it's like just when I say putting into focus, it's like you got to think about it. Like you have to be articulate, is what I said. You have to be articulate with what you put your focus in, because it's gonna be very dangerous if you're focusing on the wrong things.
Right.
Even if it's
This
not teammates, even if you're going in your games and you're focusing on your own gameplay, but you're not putting in the work that you need to be, right?
Right. It doesn't have to be
You
a
gotta,
toxic thing that you're focusing on. You could also be focusing on the correct thing and just not everything at the same time,
right,
which is like
not doing
extremely
it enough
difficult.
too.
Yeah, true, true. Or you
It's
could
like,
also be stuck into this fallacy that you are putting your time in and you are thinking that you're doing well, which is what some people end up doing. Some people will be like, "Oh,
very true.
I'm aim training, I'm VOD reviewing, but I'm not seeing any consistent improvement." And it's really
Right.
like, or like this is gonna sound stupid, but are you basically VOD reviewing your VOD review? You know, are you watching? Are you listening to what you're saying? Are you
Very
listening
true. Very
to
true.
what
It's
you're
reflection.
finding? You know, are you actually reflecting properly?
Because no, I doubt any person, like if you are aim training, if you're VOD reviewing, you're watching YouTube videos to get better, and you're playing strictly two characters, you're gonna get to at least platinum 3 maximum, just off of
Right.
doing those things and playing in a block schedule. Like those things will make you platinum 3. So it's like you saying like
Just because
that's that
everyone
expectation.
below platinum
Yeah.
isn't doing that, right? And that's
Right.
what's gonna make you that level. And at some point, you'll think it's working. You'll be like, "Oh, this is working because I hit platinum 3. Now I'm stuck. Now what do I have to do?" It's not that you were doing it right the first time. It's just that what you were doing works up until a certain point, right? And you have to figure out why it worked and then use that to then climb further. So like what worked for you, right?
That's how you handle challenges, man. When you like, all you being hard stuck right now is just a challenge. It's just how it's like
It's
you're
just
stuck
the
in this
game
rank
challenging
and
you. It's just
can't
me
move.
challenging myself essentially.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
It's like, here's a problem, try to solve it. And if you don't know what the problem is, try to find what the first things first. Intellectualize the task. That's one of the first. That's the first stage of learning, because there's three, and it's like you have to make sure you know that there's a problem. Like if you're stuck in a rank, you're like, yeah, I'm actually diamond, but I'm just stuck in silver. It's like that
Especially, and
makes
you
no sense.
really have to look at the rank as the, like, you have to look at it at face value too, because you can't say like there's nothing other in the game other than the rank that'll actually show you your skill visibly. So it is difficult because at some point, like let's say you're diamond, right, and you have big losing streak, and you go down to like fucking plat 2, and you're like, damn, I'm diamond, but I'm stuck in these plat 2 games. No, you're plat 2 stuck in these plat 2 games. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
it may be difficult to accept that because you were diamond and you were at one point better, right? Like right now,
There's
I'm not at the peak of my gameplay because I'm not
There's so
diamond.
many examples. There's so many examples. Like another one would be, But Gabe and Logan, I versed my friends who are fucking immortal in Diamond, and I beat them in 1v1s. That's because you have such a high level of good mechanics. But if you were to, if your immortal friend were to be dropped in your game, he's gonna win. Because guess what? He's not all mechanics.
That, you know, it's not just mechanics. Which mechanics are important in the game. Like you'll see these people like fucking like Prod, like Governor, like who are some other examples like Yaster, like Asuna, and you'll look at them and go, damn, if only my aim was that good, I'd be Radiant. Let me just go aim train for 18 hours. And then you go and aim train and whoa, this isn't working. Maybe that's because you're not looking at why they're aiming there. You're not looking at how did they prep their peak for this kill? How did they know that guy was going to do that? How did they know to swing on his swing, you know? You have to look at every aspect of their gameplay. Like if something happens in a game and it's like people are like freaking out about it, like you see all these clips like whoa, Jarso on YouTube, you know what I'm saying? And you go and you see all these good plays and then you're like, okay, well, these guys all have really good aim. Maybe it's not the aim, bro. Maybe they knew what was going to happen, and the only reason that it worked out was because their aim was good enough, right? But they knew what was going to happen preemptively because they know how the game works, right? So maybe if you were to go and look at these Radiant games and you actually looked at it and said, okay, how did he know that guy was going to do that? How did he know to swing at this time, you know? That would help you improve as well. It's all about how do you focus on improving and how do you implement that thought into more than just in the game, you know? Which is a very big issue. Like that's something I haven't even done yet because it's just so hard.
Another thing too is, to be completely honest, I've probably smurfed in every single rank. No, I think I have. I've smurfed in almost every single rank for like at least 30 plus games in each of them. I can tell you right now, there's some platinum players out there who are probably better than me mechanically.
Like
no
mechanically,
doubt.
it's ridiculous.
Like there's probably these platinum ratings who are ridiculous mechanics who are dropping 30 bombs in your game that can't climb out of it because they lack the game sense, they lack the knowledge, they lack the capability. It's like they're extremely good on offense. You know? They're extremely good on offense, but as soon as they go to defense and they're playing on A site, everybody's just gonna go B every single time. Right. And what are you supposed to do when your teammates are dead on the other side of the site and you can't carry it? Right.
And
that's
you can't
when it becomes a problem.
every round. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
you can't 1v5 every round.
It's just like possible. You have to understand that mechanics extremely important factor, but it's just that it's a factor. It's not, you know,
it's not everything. Like an example of me, like if you were an extremely mechanical player and you knew that your teammates were going to be dead on the B side if they went to B side every single round, then actually push your side of the site. Push your side of the site and try to make the game a 5v4. That would be one specific example that would like
in a very
guarantee you wins, guarantee you round wins. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's just like you have to know that that's the good play. You have to know when that play is good. You have to know how to use the play. You know what I'm saying?
That isn't mechanics. That's games.
That's game sense, right? And maybe there's another. You know, we talked about last episode, or did we talk about that last episode? Like the factors of the game, like fuck, bro, I'm retarded right now. Shit, yo, I'm gonna have to cut this part out. No cap.
No, I'm gonna save you.
All right.
Going into our next subject.
No, because I think when did we talk about the hidden statistics of your gameplay? Did we talk about that, or is that just a different part? Because that's extremely important. We might have briefly talked about it last episode, but it's extremely important, and it's not something people will notice. It's like, oh no, that's what I had wrote for my video. Right, okay. So, hidden mistakes in your gameplay that, like, first of all, we're still on the first topic, by the way. It might sound a little discombobulated. We're still getting back into the swing of it. You know what I'm saying? Oh. So, it's like, when you go and you queue up for your game, are you in the right mental state? Are you in the right, you know, environment for you? Are you in the Discord call with 100 friends that are screaming at you while you're trying to clutch, you know? Like, are you prepping yourself for the win outside of the game? It's like not everything is just like not everything you can see in the VOD. It's like 90%. 90% of the things that you did wrong you can see in the VOD, but there's that 10% like was your mouse dead? Was your mouse low on battery before you tried to play the game and then your mouse died in the middle of the game? You know,
Yeah, were you in the right posture? Were you in the right mindset going into the game? It's like
have you been playing for 15 hours already? Have you
yeah.
you
The
know what I'm
Mike
saying?
Tyson quota is the game isn't the fight isn't won after, it's won before, right?
Exactly.
So you have to prep yourself mentally and be ready to take the loss in a learning environment. Because like think about it like this: they did a study. So I'm gonna relate to this to league because that's what they did the study on. They actually did a university study on two league players. One of them was studying. One of them was playing for 5 years and he was stuck in gold, Hardstuck. One of them was playing for 1 year and he was diamond. He was diamond three. And this is a Jurassic rank. This is where you might want to be if you're that gold player. And you've been playing for such a long time. You've been doing everything such the right ways. These VOD reviews, but it's like when they asked both players, how do you view challenges? One of them said the it's like they had a completely different mindset for the game. Like it's all depend like a lot of
It's
pros
that growth versus growth versus
fixed mindset.
Growth versus fixed mindset, right?
And a lot of pros like if you look at pros and you look at their backgrounds, a lot of these pros didn't just like mindlessly have a fixed mindset and play the game and become these toxic like you'll point it out, you'll never see pros being toxic. Like they'll be angry and frustrated with their teammates. That's because they care about the game so much, right? But they're not physically being toxic. They're not blaming
Right.
their teammates. Like unless you're watching the wrong pros, right? But like more often than
Unless
not,
you're
that's the
watching
minority
Shanks
over the
for
majority.
fun, right? And some of
Yeah,
them,
yeah.
like
Shanks
I,
does it
I
for
hate to
content.
tell
It's
you
done for
guys
content.
this, but they put on a persona, bro. None of these pros
Always a persona.
are that stream are doing this in real life. Like you wouldn't walk up to Wardell and see him fucking death slam when he's in the middle of a tournament. He's not gonna do that. That's literally for content. Like he knows that he's in a ranked environment. He's playing ranked for fun. So, excuse me, he goes and he does these like semi-toxic or like blows up
Sure.
in front of his
For more people to be
screen
entertained.
on purpose. Like
Sure.
it's like
Yeah.
why would I watch a streamer if he's not entertaining, right? So that's what they're doing. They're being entertaining, which like it's cool. Like I don't think
But
that there's a problem with that until it
going
affects
back
the
to
gameplay.
going back to the study, man, it's the diamond player just had a different perspective. When he was faced with adversity, meaning challenges, we're just calling it adversity because it makes you
Because
sound
bigger
smarter.
word, yeah.
Bigger word. When he was faced with adversity, he didn't like he didn't overthink the problem. He didn't overguess himself, overthink himself. He didn't overtrain. He wasn't what's the word I'm looking for? He didn't like fall to his knees or like
He
it's not
wasn't.
weakened by
He
the
didn't.
problem.
Yeah, he didn't have that like defeated
The problem
mentality. He
didn't make
wasn't
him better.
pessimistic.
Yeah, yeah. When he would take a loss, he wasn't defeated by the loss, pretty much, right? He knows it's a part of the process is losing.
And that's actually a huge problem with people that are hard stuck. They think because realistically, as humans, you're gonna feel the loss more than the win. And I swear to God, we'll talk about that like 100 million times. But
Yeah, I'm not
you're
telling you-
gonna
none
feel
of us
that
are telling
negative thing. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna feel the negative of the loss way more than you'll like. You go on an 8-game win streak, but if you go on a 3-game loss streak, you're gonna feel the 3-game loss streak way more.
100%. We're not telling you to fucking fist bump in the air and chant when you lose a game, but we're definitely saying you have to control your emotional regulation, which is
That's
a new
something
thing
we
we
could
learned.
talk about at
Yeah.
some other point. We could go more in depth at some other point
But it's
because
like a dial.
that's like its own podcast. Like that's its own.
Yeah.
It's so important and so
Emotional
like
regulation is so crucial to gaming because all the pros have mastered this fundamentally.
I could
A
give
lot
you a
of good
little
players
quick
come out with
rundown on it.
fundamentals.
We could give them a little quick rundown of it. Basically, it's like so emotional regulation is like just what it sounds like. It's regulating your emotional responses towards things that happen either in the game, outside of the game, or just in general, right? So like a lot of pros are really, really good at it. Like you'll see Sinatra or Austin or all these other players that are really good. I'm only naming these guys because they're like people that you've probably watched. But all these really good players will take like a big loss. Like let's say they get 13-0'd. They don't care, bro. Like that's not going to affect their gameplay. Okay, well, they care. Obviously they care, right? But they're not going to go and they're not going to fucking punch their monitor Summit 1G style. Like that's not what they care about. They're regulating their emotions. They're looking at it going, okay, I lost. It's a video game. I'm okay, bro. Like nothing's wrong. It's just
Right.
inhibiting your action based on emotion. That's all it is. And it's like, it's so important and so crucial to improving in every aspect of your life that we're not going to be able to talk about it fully here. But yeah.
True, dude. And it's like, think about it, like your emotional regulation, it is such a, like a factor to your mindset. And it's like, if you have poor emotional regulation, you're going to be the person who is in the learning environment, and as soon as they lose 4 games in a row, they quit, right? Like, nah, fuck it, I'm not going. I can't go pro
Right.
in this game, or I can't set this goal for myself and achieve it because you have a lackluster emotional regulation. It's like,
Which it's like
it's
everyone starts out that low. So trust us, it's not
true.
like it's not like this is something you can change overnight. So if you actually do have a big problem with this and you're raging all the time, trust me, I'm not saying it's okay to do that, but I am saying it's not gonna change overnight. So don't expect it to change within a week or two. It's like it'll take months because this is something that you've built up literally your whole life. So it's not going to be, okay, I thought about it, I'm good to go. No, it's going to be, I have to sit here and regulate my emotions until I literally don't feel it anymore. Like I can literally
There's so
go watch
many
this VOD and not be angry,
there's so many tips that you can get from it that we can just spew out. We can spit a shit ton of tips on how to control emotional regulation. But it's like for everybody, it's completely different. And there's people who go deep dive into the studies of emotional regulation to determine which people act on emotional impulse, which people act angry when they lose, which people get depressed when they lose, which people, you know what I mean? There's like different reactions. Everybody learns in different ways. Some people don't even learn at all when they lose, right?
Right.
And
And it's really
hard.
hard though. It's not like
Yeah.
it's not like we're telling you this as if you should be going, all right, I'm gonna do this. No, it's like you have to actually be mindful of, like, first of all, the first thing you have to do is notice when you're being emotional and what emotion it is. That's the first step. All right. And I know, like, we're not gonna go too deep into this. I know I've said it a bunch, but like seriously, it's not something that we could talk about right now because it's
It's a
just
part of being
so
Hardstuck,
hard.
though. It definitely
It
is. It's a
is
part of the. It's a
100%.
part of the mental game, which we might bring it back in episode 3. Who knows? Which is
Yeah.
mentality. Sneak peek. My bad. But
Whoa. If you made it
yeah,
this
yeah.
far, sneak peek,
Next one. Okay. So the next person, expecting results without putting in the work. These are for the people. Summary TLDR. If you guys don't want to fucking listen to it. Summary. This is what the takeaway is. Summary: if you're bronze, gold, if you're bronze, silver, gold, just know one of the main reasons why you might not be improving is because you're not putting in enough work, right? Not
and
enough
even
aim
if you are
training, not
putting in
enough
the
death
work, you're
matches.
not putting in the work in the right way.
That's true. You got to be very articulate with what you do and what works for you.
Right.
Don't like look at the losses, but also look at why you're winning. It's my advice. But those are expecting results without putting in the work. It's like you probably play 1 hour a day. You probably deathmatch for 1 hour. You probably play more death matches than you do games because you're nervous of queuing up, right? But bronze, silver, gold. My advice is just you don't have enough hours in the game to say that it's not working. Pretty much,
Right.
you don't have enough
Like,
time in the game to
unless you
say
have
what's
over
working and what's
300
not.
hours in bronze, at that point you might want to look at it and go, okay, maybe I might need some help. I might need some help from some friends who are better than me, just to look at what I'm doing wrong, or just to see, like, what would they have done in this situation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But like, seriously, you have to put in the time to actually have something happen, right? I had put in like 350 hours in silver, right? And then I started trying in the game, and then I went from silver to gold, and then I put 200 hours in gold, and then I put like 100 hours in from gold to diamond, from gold 3 to diamond 1. I put in like another 100 hours, but that was like not that many hours. Like, that's not that long to go from gold to diamond. And that's because I put my focus into the right things. You see that? We looped back around.
We
Good
did.
for
We
us.
came back around there. All right. These next two subjects are for a very particular group, and on top of that, it's probably only going to be talked about in this episode because I hate talking about this because it should be rhetorical at this point. Like, because we've known that this is a bad thing to do for so long that it should basically be rhetorical. And I'm not even lying. If this isn't rhetorical for you, don't be ashamed. I may be sounding like I'm trying to like dog on you for, you know what I mean, not knowing that this might be a problem, but just know I am vice versa. I am the opposite of I just don't like these people at all. I don't. It's the people who don't one is accepting that you're the problem and being in denial of your rank. So yeah, accepting that you're the problem. That basically means exactly
Stop
what it
fucking
sounds like.
blaming
You
your
have
teammates,
to.
bro.
So many examples. So many examples. Don't blame your teammates. Don't like. Stop
Don't
thinking that
blame
you're not the problem.
Smurfs. Don't do
Don't
everything that
protect your
all these
ego.
people
Don't put
do.
up defense mechanisms. Like if somebody calls you dog shit, don't just like respond with a toxic
Don't be
comment.
like, yo,
Just
hold tab, bro. Hold tab, bro. I'm above you with 2 kills.
yeah, man. It's like those people. Like if you're one of those people, man, you have to just like be. You have to have some level of self awareness to realize that not everything. It's like these are the people. Because I had somebody. His name. There's this guy. I'm not gonna name him because if he listens to this podcast, so help me God, he's gonna flame the shit out of me because I know he will. Actually, no. His name is Drip. His name is Drip. Fuck you, Drip. No, I'm just kidding. I love you, man. If you watch this and it helped you, make sure you hit me up because yeah, you may not like me, but I
Make
like
sure you like and subscribe.
Yeah, make sure you like and subscribe, Drip. I swear to God. But there's this guy named Drip, and he's been stuck in Immortal for 3 acts, and 3 acts is a long time. That's a whole episode. And like that's little over 4 or 5 months without moving an inch, and he's moving in between Diamond and Immortal, right? He's fluctuating from high Immortal 2 to low Diamond 2, almost going into Diamond 2, which is his lowest, right? And this guy, he's good, and his mentality is just wrong. He's so wrong. Like it's just the wrong mentality to have for the game, dude. It's like he's one of those people, and I bet you'll know somebody like this because there's always going to be somebody in the group.
Maybe
who's
you're
like
this, you know? Maybe it's
maybe
you.
you're like this. Maybe you are. But
and
if
maybe you're in
listen to
denial
this,
about it. Whoa.
and right now
Whoa.
you're going to be in denial. Yeah, you definitely are not going to believe us. You're not going to think that you're the problem.
100%. Right? And that's the worst part is you have to you can't just expect yourself to not be the problem. You have to
it on your own.
You have to understand, bro.
Like, nothing we say,
nothing we can do will show you that you're the problem until you have an experience that opens your eyes for it.
100%.
Until you see someone, maybe here's something that actually I know as a fact happened for a couple people and it did change their perspective was they met someone else who was worse than them, right? Who was way worse than them, and they were like, damn, that guy's fucking trash. I hate that guy. I hate that guy so much. He's such a loser, bro. He's so fucking annoying. He's this and that. And then, like, I know this happened to 2 people, and I told them, bro, he's you. Like, you and him are the same person. Like, you guys do the same thing. And they really took that introspectively. And he was like, oh my God. Like, it opened their eyes. They changed because of it quite a bit.
Right. And it's one of the ways you can reminisce with accepting that you're the problem or making this change, because it's like it's subconscious. You don't think you need to make change, right?
Your
and that's so dangerous.
Block it out
if
too.
You don't think you need to make change, you won't make change, and that's so dangerous. It's a dangerous tool. But yeah, this Drip guy, he's one of the people, and like I said, this is probably going to be somebody in your group. It's the I'm right, you're wrong mentality. And they are willing to 100% stand by their statements or their quote unquote facts or their quote of facts, like because they don't want to be wrong. And it's a defense mechanism or it's an ego protection. It could be any one of those, right? But let me give you an example. So say we have an argument, right? And there's 10 people in this argument, right? And this one person is bringing up an argument and the other 9 are saying that this is wrong. This is not the right way to do things. But your friend, being that the way he is, being in denial, having a defense mechanism, or having a fragile ego to defend himself, he's going to say all 9 people are wrong and he's right. Right? And that right there is just, you got to look at that. You got he's willing to sit in a room of 100 people who down on him and call him an idiot and call them all wrong because he doesn't want to admit that he's wrong.
The worst part is they don't see anything wrong with that. Like they don't think that like they're like, dude, how can all 9 of these people be idiots? That's what they're thinking at that time. They're not thinking 100%. I have to be right here. It's just there's no way I could possibly, like, they don't even have that in their brain that they could be wrong. And that's the worst part.
I mean, it's a part of your upbringing.
it's just so
It's a
hard.
part
Like,
of your
'cause
upbringing.
a lot of the stuff in this episode is just not gonna be like easily changeable, and I'm sorry, but that's just how it
So
is.
true.
That's just
Emotional
how it is,
regulation
bro.
hard as fuck. Getting hard stuck is not easy because it's just breaking habits.
You literally have to
Getting
put in 10 times
just
the
breaking
work as
habits.
other people, bro.
Yeah,
It's so
it's
hard.
like when you think about an example that I gave to above that really clicked with him and made him get out of the ranks that he was stuck in is he was in ranks, he was hard stuck, and I told him you've been hard stuck for so long that you're actually developing bad habits for the game. Right? So that could be improper peaks, that could be improper unfavorable peaks. You could be peaking left when he's holding right. And there's just so many things that you could be doing wrong that you're not aware of because you've developed you developed so many bad habits for the game because you've been stuck in the rank for so long. And that's one of the reasons why you're hard stuck. And I'm saying this with full confidence. It is one of the reasons. When you develop so many bad habits, it starts to like you just don't see results because of how
And the
many
worst
bad
part
habits you
is you
have.
don't
And
actually see it as a problem. Especially, oh my god, there's so many times that I'll see these players. So I'm about to talk about something right here, and this might help a lot of you guys out there. There are some players that are really, really fucking good in gold, right? Or really, really fucking good in silver and plat, right? But as soon as they get close to a diamond or gold or plat game, right? They can't do fucking anything. Those players are just their counter. They're kryptonite. They're really, really good in these gold ranks, though. Like, you drop them in a gold game, they'll drop 50 kills, right? There's a lot of players like that. There's a lot of players like that. And the worst part is because they've played in that rank for so long that they're really, really good in that rank. But as soon as they try to get out of that rank, they can't. Guess why? Because they developed so many bad habits, so many habits that they know because they've played that rank so long that now the players they're playing against are better, and they're just like reading it, and they're just like they know what you're doing, and like you can't do anything because you've been in that rank for so long. You've developed all these habits.
The dubbed coin
it's just
term,
so hard.
the dubbed coin term that we came to that is the gatekeepers. That's really what we dubbed that.
Yeah,
we dubbed that
We know
term.
some people, dude.
They're
We know
gatekeepers.
some people.
That's really what you are. You're a gatekeeper. You're the highest level. You're the highest level. You're gold 3, platinum 3, silver 3, diamond 3.
Right.
You're the gatekeeper.
And
you're the guy who
keeping
can't get
all
out of
the other
diamond.
silvers in silver. You're the one keeping them in silver.
That's your Reyna.
They
That's your
can't
Reyna who
win
drops
that.
37 frags and is still stuck in your plat games. That's the Reyna who is absolutely cracked out of his mind, and he's somehow still stuck in plat.
And you go and
right?
you look at him and you go, damn, bro, this guy should be immortal. And then you drop him in like, oh my god. The worst part is they think they're so good. They think they're so good every time. They're like, oh, I dropped 40 kills against in my plat games. Why am I Hardstuck?
Yeah, it's like I'm actually VPing, but I'm not climbing. How is this
Right?
possible?
Oh my
it's like,
god. I
hey,
hate
listen, you can match
so
VP a
much,
game, but
bro.
you can't win a game.
Right. I hate it so much because they think that all that matters is being on top of the leaderboard. That's all they think that matters.
That's where the miscommunication, where Counter-Strike players, or not Counter-Strike players, where the Counter-Strike definition came from. Get the impact frags. If you're a hard carry and you should get the impact frags, I'm gonna be completely honest with you. You're not gonna notice them. Don't watch those videos. How do I get good impact frags? They don't help you. Godspeed,
you're
they
not
don't
gonna
help
be
you.
able to. You're not gonna be able to tell when the frag is impactful, like during the game, unless you kill the guy with bomb. Unless you kill the guy with the bomb, or the guy planning or defusing. That's the only way you can actually tell mid game that's an impactful frag.
TLDR or too much didn't read. The only way you're actually gonna win the game with actual impact frags, or the only way you're gonna actually win a game if it's one of those auto losses games, because that's the 30-30-40 rule that we are probably gonna talk about. When is it? Later on.
I don't know, but we're gonna talk about how people mistreat that too.
It's the 30-30-40 rule, and it's I'm not gonna explain it to you because we'll talk about it later, but. It's like in a game that you think is unwinnable, like if you game that you think is unwinnable, and you have to. It's not the impact frags that will make these unwinnable games winnable. It's the doing the correct plays that will make these unwinnable games winnable. If I'm an Astra and I'm playing on A site split, and I smoke B and suck the interest of B, and I calmed my teammates, tell me when to suck. That play right there it slightly increased your chances of winning the game. It's not the impact frag that increased the chances. I'm not going to peek A every single time to make it a 4v5, and that's how I'm going to win the game. I'm going to do things that will increase my chances over time to make these unwinnable games more winnable. That's what that means, right? And it's those things right there are the things that are impact. I would call them impact frags. Because don't watch those videos. They don't help you. They don't.
Right, right.
You need to be watching the video. You need to be doing things that are going to increase your chances of winning. Try to be like if you're not strong in certain aspects of the game, try to be strong in those aspects. If you know that your teammates are on you're playing split, you're the A side anchor, and your teammates are on tower or heaven, your teammates are on tower, heaven, and B site, you can't help them at all. But the best thing you could do is you could calm the absolute fuck out of everything. That, like Dapar talks about that. Dapar, he knows he's only one player, but the amount of things he could do as that one player can be so helpful that the rest of his team is impacted from just his voice.
For example,
right?
Zoms, right? We're gonna talk about this guy because I love Zoms. Zoms is the GOAT. Zoms Nation. Get that.
And he gets bagged
on
a lot,
cap.
dude.
People talk about how he's always bottom frag. He gets 5 kills per game, but they don't understand that like why is Team Envy all going B every single time instead of going on A where Zoms is one player? Guess what? He's impossible to take his sight from. Like that's why, because the impact that he has is not even kills. He doesn't care about the kills because he's locking that motherfucking site down. You're not getting on that site. I guarantee you, you're not getting on that site. You get on the site, he kills you. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why Zoms is such a good player, because he is the anchor. He is the reason that Sentinels is willing to send 4A, right? And it's just like, at some point, people got to stop making fun of my boy like that. Like, I don't know what to tell you, bro. It's like, yeah, you might not have kills, but guess what? He invented the Astra meta because now his utility is global. Now he has impact everywhere, and he can lock his own site down. Like, think about that. That's insane. By the way,
just an example.
By the way, if you're stuck in any rank below Diamond, main Astra.
True. If your goal is to hit Diamond, just main Astra. You're gonna hit Diamond, and I'm not even gonna. Don't question it. Just play Astra.
Just play Astra.
Just simple summary. Astra takes a ridiculous amount of map awareness, takes a ridiculous amount of knowledge, and you learn a lot about smoking, sucking, stunning, and tracking players.
And not only that, if you're a good Astra, if you're like, first of all, there's not really any good Astras below Immortal like 2, is what I've heard. But like, if you're a good Astra, like you're just gonna climb. Like there's nothing the enemy team can do, man. They have to respect the Astra smokes. They have to respect the stars. Because guess what?
Right.
They try to go out.
She's good on Vines. She's good on Fracture. She's good on Splits.
She's good on every single
Ascent.
map except for I would say Haven.
Probably Icebox.
Haven's not that good though.
Icebox and Haven. No, Haven, yeah, she's good on Haven. You can play her.
Oh, true. Because
it's Icebox.
Yeah. Icebox is weird. Like it's
then
so
just play Viper on Icebox. Boom.
Yeah, just play Viper on Icebox.
You can climb. Just learn the lineups and you're good.
Viper or Astra, bro. You play Viper or Astra, you win. I don't care what anyone says. Viper or Astra, you got a 70% win rate in 5 minutes. Like, yeah, literally.
Okay, last thing. Oh no, second to last thing. Denial of rank.
Oh my god.
Well, explain this shit to them.
All right, I'll give you some examples. One of them's gonna be me. So
one of them's gonna be me too.
Recently. Or not even recently, but I'll give that example too. So in the past, when I was in silver, right? I swear to you, I've had this conversation with my friends like so many times. We would play these games, right? We would play our silver games and we'd lose. And I'd be like second to top, or like my friend would be like top and I'd be like third or second, right? And we'd be like, damn, bro, it sucks that we're getting these bad teammates, because we'd be like plat. Like, I swear to God, that's what we said to each other. Every time we'd be like, bro, our teammates are so bad. If we had good teammates, we'd be in plat. I swear to you, bro. You guys, like, so many people think just like that. And the problem is you're not fucking plat, bro. Like, I don't know what to tell you. You just aren't plat. If you were plat, you'd have the platinum rank. Like, that's just how it is. And, like, the reason you think that it's your teammates' fault is because you're looking at their gameplay and you're seeing all the mistakes they're making, But guess what? You're making the same mistakes, bro. Like, you're doing the same things that they're doing. That's why you're in the same rank. That's why you're in the same elo. That's why you have the same MMR. Because you and him are the same player, according to the game. And also recently, I've been thinking incorrectly, and I noticed it, is I would get dropped into these gold games because, like, after the ranks reset, I'm gold now. I'd be in these gold games, these low platinum 1 games, and I'd be like, bro, it's so hard, bro. Like, I'm diamond. Why can't I climb? Guess what? I'm not diamond, bro. I'm plat. Like, that's just how it is. And, like, I have to accept that. And it's just like, you have to accept that you are not the rank you think you are just because you had a couple of good games.
Right. Dude, it's a big problem too. There's so many big problems, bro. It's different for everybody, and they all like, it's extremely simple, but it's not. Like, it's not extremely simple.
It sounds easier than it is to like think about.
It's fucking hard to put into words, especially the coaching perspective. Our job is a lot harder than yours. I just want to let you know. Like, try coaching sometime because it's fucking hard. Like,
your job is to listen to us, bro.
Our job is to fucking get our facts from fucking everything, literally everything, and spew that bullshit to you guys. So,
and then get mad when you don't listen.
Yeah, then get mad when you don't listen and explain and not reflect on why we might not be coaching you in the correct way. You know what I mean? But
right.
Yeah, and hey, we accepted that we might be the problem. We're really good. See what? Hey, loop back around again.
Holy shit, we're really good at this.
We're really good at this. Yep. Denial of rank.
It's almost like we've had a podcast before or something.
Yeah, for real. Yeah, we should probably start a podcast, huh?
Whoa! Now you're thinking with your brain.
Ooh, you're so okay. Sorry,
you're so dumb.
Denial of rank. Basically, what above said. Don't like accepting that you're the problem is a part of denial of rank. Just don't overlook it. Don't underlook it. Don't think about it too much, and think about it as much as you can at the same time. It's weird. It's really weird to say those kinds of things. It's the same reason why everything is right and wrong at the same time. You can thank the birth of the universe for that. But yeah, next subject, the final subject.
Thank God this shit's long as
VOD review. VOD review.
Hey, guess what? You know what you should do if you're not that good? Hey, it doesn't matter what rank you are, actually. You know what you should do? Record your fucking game. And then guess what you should do with that recording? Look at it. And then guess what you should do while you're looking at it?
Fucking game.
Guess what you should do after that? Oh my God, this will make you so good. What are your mistakes? Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Holy shit.
Oh, you're so, dude. Listen to me.
Holy.
Okay, we sound like fucking idiots, but I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. Every
It's
game,
just
any
because
game, any sport, anything in life, like you fucking VOD review. You could look at your workout sessions. You could be like, my form is not decent there.
Oh
I'm not
my
gonna
God.
lie. My form is looking kind of sloppy in this Instagram
Guess what,
post.
bro?
Oh, our
Oh
team needs
my
our
God.
team is scrimming. Let's look at
Oh,
our team
oh,
scrims. Oh, my
oh
rank
my
games.
God.
Look at my rank games.
Oh,
Let's see
oh.
what I'm doing wrong. Why you
these
VOD
professional football players? Oh my God, what are they doing wrong? Was this play incorrect? Oh my God.
Guess what your coach is making you do? Oh, you're watching the film. You're watching the film. You're watching a lot of
VOD
film.
reviewing so boring, Gabe. But VOD reviewing so boring above. Yeah.
Then leave.
So,
Then don't get good.
Then don't try to get good, bro. My bad for telling you the right fucking thing to do, bro.
Fucking crazy, man. It's fucking crazy. Listen.
It's almost like
we
everyone
sound like
doesn't
idiots right
do
now.
it. Obviously, we sound like idiots, but that's because it's so simple to us, and it's so not simple to everyone else. Like, everyone else thinks that, oh, I don't want to bother you, bro. I don't want to write down my mistakes. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do this. Well, guess what, bro? Maybe that's why you're hard stuck.
Why? Okay, so why does it work? It works because when you're in a moment of clarity, you're forcing yourself subconsciously to look at your gameplay objectively. And you're going to notice every single time you go back to the VOD, you're like, damn, how come I noticed this mistake in the VOD? And it was so simple to me. And when I'm in the moment and in tune with the game, it's not there. That's because every knowledge that you've obtained up to this point is being used when you're in that moment of clarity. If you're not, like, that's why we talk about mental so much, is because if you're not in a moment of clarity when you're playing the game, you're not going to be able to use the things that you know and make it applicable to your game, like proper peaks. It's lackluster intensity. That's what I would call it. That's the dubbed coin, or that's the coin dubbed term that we came to. It's lackluster intensity. You're not focusing on your games with the right amount of intensity, and you don't have the right amount of clarity to say, oh, I remember that fucking video that I watched on how to peak properly and how to do proper crosshair placement. That's because you're lacking intensity for the game. And when you're in the VOD review, you're forcing yourself to have that intensity because there's nothing. The only thing you could focus on is watching yourself play, and that right there is the third perspective. Like,
it's so difficult for people to do that. It's so difficult to watch them play because they're like, "Damn, I'm so stupid for making this incorrect play." But I mean, that's fine, bro. Like, it's good.
True.
It's good to look at your mistakes and go, "I'm dumb for making that mistake," because now it's gonna stick with you, bro. It's gonna. Oh, by the way, helpful tip from above on VOD reviewing. The most important thing you should always think about last, because it's gonna, you're gonna remember it longer. It's gonna reminisce with you for your next games, you know.
And if you can't remember shit when you're doing the VODs, take down notes. Just write notes down.
Dude, like, honestly, that's a huge thing that you should do as well. If you don't have a document of how to get better, you don't have to, but like, trust me, it's useful. Like, I have an entire document. Gabe has an entire document of how I went from gold to diamond, and will soon be immortal. But like, this, it's just like, it's literally the secret, bro. Like, I have the secrets in the document, and that's the crazy part. Is like, I can literally go and tell you how to get from one rank to another rank, you know. VOD review.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and if you didn't hear us, VOD review.
It's truly, and if you don't know where to start, just start, because something that above
just try it, bro.
Is inspiration, motivation, action. I forgot who did the study on this and who wrote the philosophy for this, but it's basically where skip the bullshit. Don't go watch a TikTok video on why VOD reviewing is important and get motivated and go and do it. Don't be inspired to get motivated to go and do it. Just do it.
I'm going to leave you guys with a quote, and then we're going to end this off. But
because I got to take
action, for real, action is a far more reliable source of inspiration than inspiration itself.
True.
And I'm not explaining that because fuck you. If you want to learn it, go look it up.
Very true. But yeah, boys, TLDRs, look towards the end of the sections of the video, because I'm now going to make Above have work to do, where he's got to section off the videos.
I'm going to break my monitor. This is an emotional response, though. Got to regulate it.
Good luck with that. But I hope you guys the best of luck in your climbs. Hope us the best of luck in our climbs. We are going to be back with episode 2 Monday morning.
And you won't
enjoy your Saturdays. Enjoy your Sundays. Enjoy your weekends. Make sure you get those games in. Make sure you start those VOD reviews. Whatever it is you're doing, make sure you do it the best you can. This is Above and Logan, your fucking ACOC coaches. We're fucking.
I hope to see you guys excited to see ACOC on Monday.
Yeah, absolutely. Stay tuned for ACOC in your Monday morning coffee.
I'm saying.
Anyways. Later.
We'll make you a creamer, bro.